Hello. Good morning.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
don't-
We can hear
Yeah.
you.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Michelson, are you all ready to get going?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. All right, then. Calls. Okay. I'm hearing like the YouTube feeds from somewhere. Anybody else hearing that?
I hear an echo.
Yeah.
All right. Pause. No, that's going to be real distracting.
Where's the second one coming from?
1 minute. I'm going to mute mom real quick. Let me see if that's where it's coming from. No? Okay. I can't tell.
I have my phone shut off. Is somebody's phone nearby?
I don't know,
Judge,
but
are you close to a mic? I think we can only hear the echo coming from your end. When Jay Michelson just said something, I didn't hear a feedback.
No, is that any better?
yeah, it seems to have stopped.
Okay. Don't know why, but anyway. All right. And we are here for court-ordered services request today, specifically participation in a TFF case. We are conducting this through Zoom under a finding of good cause and agreement of the parties. We are live streaming, and Ms. Galvan is making our record this morning. Okay, we'll take announcements.
Good morning, Your Honor, Counsel, Gene Graff, Sasha Watson, and Andrea Lewis, present on behalf of the department and ready to proceed.
Jay Michelson on behalf of Abe Habibi. She is present and we're ready to proceed.
Stacy Zabala on behalf of the children.
Okay, and just for clarification, Mr. Michelson, do you know who's present with your client?
I'm sorry, I missed that. What did you say?
Do you know who else is present with your client?
No, I don't, as a matter of fact. Abe, who is present with you?
My daughter, Starlin Abdikadir.
Okay.
And is she your adult daughter?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You too.
All right, then. Mr. Groff?
Well, Your Honor, we're here on a TFF. We circulated an agreed order. So I guess as a preliminary matter, I would defer to counsel to confirm that we have an agreement.
After speaking with Abe, she agrees to work services.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Michelson. Okay. Has Ms. Habibi, has somebody gone over with her specifically what we're requesting? Okay. Ms. Lewis is nodding her head. Ms. Lewis, if you'll unmute for me and if you could just quickly kind of tell me what contact you've had and what you all have gone over.
Yes, ma'am. I've met with the family a few times now. And we went over the service plan yesterday, and I explained to her that the Texas Family First program would be coming to the home at least twice a week to work with her and the children in the home to address parenting, discipline, behavior, all of those things. We have also asked Ms. Habibi to participate in individual counseling, and we have referred her to Delois Hinders for that. Because of her limited resources as far as like getting around town, and also she does have some issues reading and writing, we were kind of limited on other services that we could kind of refer her to. So the department is also going to be doing in-home parenting with her. We have signed her up for rational behavior training with Troy Timmons, and then we have counseling set up for Adil and Amran as well. And she agreed to all of those things.
Okay, great. Ms. Lewis, in the process of this, have you been having contact with the children too?
Yes, ma'am.
And are they aware that we're going to want them to go to counseling?
I have not got to talk to the kids about counseling. I am going over there today and we'll speak with them about it. But they do know that the department's going to be working very closely with the family to address some of the things that have been going on. And most importantly, work together to keep everybody safe. So they do know that there's going to be ongoing things going on with the family, with the department.
Okay, all right. Ms. Zavala, have you been able to have contact with the children yet?
I have not yet, but we'll be reaching out soon to do that. And so if anybody can explain to the family kind of that I'll be out to visit, it would be very helpful.
All right, Ms. Habibi, the lady that was just speaking, Ms. Zavala,
Yeah.
is the children's attorney. And it's very important that if she or her assistant, whose name is Kelly, if they reach out to you needing to schedule an appointment to come see the children or to talk with the children, it's really important that you respond to her. Okay, so it's her duty to check on the children and to talk with them. So you'll need to make them available whenever she needs to see them, okay?
Yeah, yesterday she called me, but she said she's gonna come in maybe Wednesday.
I don't know, I don't know if that's Ms. Lewis you're talking about or if it's Ms. Zavala.
I don't know. One lady yesterday called me yesterday. She said she's gonna come in Wednesday.
Yeah, she's coming Wednesday.
Okay, if only one of you will talk at a time, that'll help me.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yesterday she called me. She said she's gonna come in the Wednesday.
okay, Ms. Lewis, is that maybe you?
It could be the TFF worker. I'm not sure, but I did tell mom yesterday that I'm going to make her kind of a little list of who is who and what their function is so that she can keep that up at the house, because we did talk about there's lots of people that are going to be involved in helping this family. And so I just told her I'd make her like a little running list so she would know, okay, this is my attorney, this is the kid's attorney, this is because her daughter Starlin has a case open as well. And so there's another CPS worker that's going to be going in the home and working services with that family as well. So there's a lot of people involved, but I told her I'd make her a little list so it would be easier to keep track.
Okay, great idea. I really appreciate you doing that.
And Ms. Bider raised her hand. I think she's the one with the Wednesday appointment.
Okay, so Miss Habibi, Karen Bider is the lady that I think's coming tomorrow.
Okay.
So, okay. All right then. Ms. Zavala, do you have any recommendation today?
Yes, Your Honor, I do believe this agreement is in the best interest of the children.
All right. Okay, anybody have anything further?
No, Your Honor, appreciate Ms. Habibi working with us on this, and hopefully we'll see some success with the introduction of the services.
All right, great. Well, then I do find it would be in the best interest of the children and of the family to work the services that will be offered through the Texas Family First case. And I will order that those services be worked in this case. And I will see everybody back for a compliance hearing on May 20th. Of 2025, and that'll be on a 9 o'clock docket.
Okay.
Okay. Ms. Habibi, very, very best of luck to you, and just stay in touch with these folks and they're going to help you out. Okay.
Thank you for helping. I need any time for you guys. And I have one question. Can I ask you, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Adele, yesterday they let her come house, but today he's in a home. But I have to drop the school today, or I have to call. But PO said I have to call the school.
Okay. I may have missed something.
She said Abdul got out yesterday. He's
Okay.
at home, but like she doesn't know if she calls the school or she just brings them there, like, because they didn't tell us yesterday.
Okay. Was he on any kind of in-school suspension or anything?
He was when he first got locked up, but not now. I don't know nothing about now. I don't know. Maybe we have to call the principal to see.
Ms. Lewis, do you know anything about that?
Okay.
I'm going over there today to see a deal now that he's back in the home. And so while I'm over there, we can all call the school together and figure out what needs to be done, because he does have some restrictions regarding supervision with other children and things like that. I anticipate that the PO probably already reached out to the school, and because they'll have to make modifications to his schedule and bathroom breaks and all those kinds of things. And so, but when I go over there here in just a bit, we'll call the school together and help them figure that out.
Okay. All right, Ms. Habibi, does that help?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay, then, thank you all very much. I will see everybody back on May 20th.
Next month I'll be doing it. Okay, that's good.
Thank you.
You too. Thank you
Have a
for
nice day.
helping. Bye-bye.
What do we do? Do we say leave room?
Or no, Mr. Michelson,
leave
you're
meeting,
expecting
okay.
your client to be
Yeah.
here?
Yes, I spoke with Brittany last night about 9 o'clock and gave her the link.
Okay.
She asked me what time the hearing was, so I fully expected her to be here this morning. She did indicate that she wanted to speak with me before the hearing.
Okay. Well, we can give it just a couple minutes and see if she gets logged in. I don't know if you've got a number to reach out to her or,
I have an email for her.
okay.
No, you're fine. Hey, I'm on the phone with Johnny right now. He's trying to figure out on his phone. Brittany does not have a phone with her, but I did forward her the link to her email as well. So,
Hey,
Okay.
Tori, I also emailed Johnny the link yesterday.
okay, Johnny said he's gonna try to hop on his phone.
But mom doesn't have a phone?
Mom does not. They share a phone, but
Are
I
they there
did.
together?
No, he is at work and she's at home.
Mm,
But I know she does have a laptop and a tablet, so I'm hoping the link I forwarded her, she can get on that way.
okay.
Judge, while there's some downtime, I'm on Craddock at 10:30, and I might have to call in for that one.
Okay.
I've got a deal with Judge Reno at 10 o'clock that I'm hoping will only take 15 minutes, but
Just roll so I'll know. What are the last three digits of your number that you'd be calling from?
7914.
Okay.
Kind of weird here sitting in David Mullen's chair. It's the same chair he sat in when he interviewed me in 1992. Like a blast from the past. But it's the closest office it's a lot closer to the federal courthouse than my office. So.
Also, I don't know if we would need placement for Benjamin to hop on, but I told her I would call her and let her know if she needed to. So
I don't know that she needs to. Child's too young to participate. So
The one she's talking about is the related case that we filed an agreed order, and placement is now taking permanent managing conservatorship. I
okay.
believe she signed the order.
She did. That hearing was actually stricken because the agreed order had been circulated.
okay, so Johnny can't download the app on his phone. I have him on the phone if we want to have him that way or whatever works.
That's fine. If you want to
Okay.
just do that. And Mr. Michelson, I just don't know. We'll watch for.
Okay.
Okay. All right, then I will call. We're here today for a status hearing. We're conducting this through Zoom under a finding of good cause and agreement of parties. We're live streaming. And Ms. Galvan's making our record this morning. Okay, we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Morning, Judge. Gene Graff and Tori Cook on behalf of St. Francis, present and ready to proceed.
Jay Michelson on behalf of the mother, Brittany. She is not present, but I'm ready to proceed.
Vince Nowak on behalf of Johnny Green, and I understand he is on Tori Cook's phone. I am ready, and I guess he's ready as well. Thank you, Judge.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of Nova.
Thank you. All right, then who's going to give us the update? Ms. Cook?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Cook, you can go ahead.
Right. So parents, we have gone over their service plan. They have signed an agreement to work those services. I believe they had finished their rational behavior therapy already last week. They have been set up with their counselor. Johnny just started a new job. Brittany is currently not working, but she is going to school. She's taking classes online to get her bachelor's degree. And then Nova is doing extremely well. She is hitting all of her milestones. Like when she was about a month and a half old, they said that she was hitting like 4-month-old milestones. So she's doing very, very well. And then we do have an approved home study for Brittany's aunt and uncle for Nova to come to Amarillo.
So they're going to move to Amarillo?
Once we have to notify all parties and make sure that everybody's in agreement. But yes, that is our hope that Nova moves to Amarillo.
That Nova what?
Moves to Amarillo, sorry.
Okay, I misunderstood somewhere in there.
Okay.
All right. The home study is on an aunt and uncle.
Yes, ma'am.
And where do they live?
They live here in Amarillo. Nova's
here.
place in Lubbock. Yes,
ma'am. Okay, gotcha. We're talking about the child moving back to Amarillo. Okay. So really what are we waiting on for? Parents agreed to that?
Parents have agreed. I think we're just waiting for all legal parties and to notify both the foster home she's currently with and aunt and uncle. They have 10 days so that everything can get settled and all that.
Okay. All right. In the interim, Ms. Carter has logged in. Okay. We got her now. Ms. Carter, we've started your hearing. We haven't gone too far into this. We're just getting an update. Do you still need to speak with Mr. Michelson?
No, I think that I'll be okay. I can talk to him afterwards.
Okay. All right. If at some point in time you need to talk to him, just let me know.
Okay.
Okay. So we've just talked about that there's been an approved home study on your aunt and uncle. I guess it's a question of timing, but hopefully then the child will be placed there soon. Okay, then, Ms. Cook, what else?
I've spoken with Brittany and I believe they're getting all of their other services scheduled and set up. So we seem to be on track with everything.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, Mr. Michelson.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Cook, how many hours of visitation is mom receiving?
At this time, both parents have 2 hours weekly.
Okay, and because it is a relatively newborn, the reason she's not having more visits is because the baby is in Lubbock?
That and as we discussed in the last court hearing, until we get a negative drug screen for both of them, they do have to wear masks and gloves, and that's restricted until we get that negative drug screen.
Okay, and have you received a recent drug screen on mom?
I have not.
Okay, thank you. That's the witness, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Cook, when were our last drug tests done?
They were done early January. I've asked them to go a few times late January and February, and they have not made it. So the last ones were January 7th.
Right. They have not made it because there was a valid reason not to make it, or what's going on?
That's my fault.
Hold on, Johnny. Hold on. I know that they've had some transportation issues, and I've told them that we'd be able to transport them if needed. But not a sincerely valid reason at this point.
Okay, then I'm going to order both of them to go drug screen. I'm going to say today, what is Mr. Green's work schedule with his new job?
Bonnie, do you want to answer that?
I'm at work till normally 5. It's we start 8 to 5.
Do you have a lunch break?
Yes, ma'am.
What time?
It's just whenever everybody decides. Like we don't have a set time. I'm working. I do irrigation. I'm out.
How long do you get for lunch?
An hour.
You're hard to understand. Did he say an hour?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. I got a shovel in my hand. I apologize.
Judge, I didn't understand that last part.
Oh, I was just saying. I apologize. I had a shovel in my hand. I apologize.
He has a shovel in his hand.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So have you talked to your job about having to periodically leave to go work services for this case?
No, ma'am.
So, Ms. Cook, would he be able to go on his lunch hour?
Yeah, it's just gonna be a UA this time, so that should be enough time to complete that.
All right, then I'm going to order parents to go drug screen. Ms. Carter, do you have transportation today?
Judge, is there any way I could take both me and Brittany in the morning? Like at work, I don't have a personal vehicle, but I'll tell them today that I'll be coming in late tomorrow morning. That way and I'll take her and me to go up there. I don't know, like the lunch break, I don't know, like for sure on the right thing because it's a company vehicle, you know. So
Well, okay. My question was, did she have any independent transportation? I mean, you get you there. Can she get her there? Or no?
I'm sorry, that's not guaranteed for me. I can't answer that yes or no because I would have to ask around for a ride.
Okay, so let me ask this then. What time does the lab open in the morning, Ms. Cook? You know?
8 a.m.
All right. So, Mr. Green, can you and Ms. Carter both be there at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning?
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. The paperwork will be there. I'll expect you both to be there at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning to give us a UA. If you, in the future, if you have transportation problems or a work problem, you need to talk to Ms. Cook about that.
Yes, ma'am.
Because if we ask y'all to go drug test and you just don't show up, then we deem it a positive result. So right now, getting that UA done is what stands between you all and getting to have in-person contact with this child.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then. Mr. Nowak?
Just quick, Judge, thank you. And Johnny, it's good to hear your voice. Tori, does this phone number still end in 5737?
No, it has very recently changed.
Will you do me a favor, Tori, and send me a text message when we're finished and let Johnny, I know he can probably hear me, but Johnny, I've been trying to get a hold of you. Tori's going to give me your new phone number. I'll call you later on today.
Okay.
All right. Judge, that's all I have. And thank you, Tori.
Yeah, let me just remind both parents, if you have a change of phone number or address, anything that affects any of these folks' ability to get in touch with you, you've got to let them know that new information, especially your attorney and your caseworker. So if any of that information changes, that needs to be your very first call. So it's really important we be able to reach you all when we need to. Okay, Ms. Zavala.
Ms. Cook, Nova has an older brother, Ben, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And he's here in Amarillo. And we're closing out his case, so we won't officially be working with him anymore. But do you believe that it would be in Nova's best interest to have regular visits with Ben?
Yes, ma'am. 100%.
Is he very protective and loving of her?
He is. Yeah.
Okay. I would just ask that St. Francis help facilitate those visits.
Of course. Yes, ma'am.
And Your Honor, those are all the questions I have for Ms. Cook.
Okay, Ms. Zavala, do you have a recommendation?
I do, Your Honor. Nova is in a very good foster placement, doing really well right now, but I've seen the approved kinship home study. I've got no objection to her moving here. So hopefully when she's here in Amarillo, we can facilitate those visits. And so until that move can be made, I recommend that her current placement continue and then move to the approved kinship home.
All right, thank you. All right, then today, as stated, I'm going to order parents to go do UA for us tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. I've admonished them to stay in contact. I can't stress how important that is. And just, I want to let each of you know, Ms. Carter and Mr. Green, we're really, really fortunate to have some family in your case that's willing to take the baby. Because if you all make progress with your services and work through these things, it will make, increasing visitation so much easier. I mean, it will, the truth is, it having the child in the same community with you, just enhances the chances of a successful reunification. So be respectful. If, assuming the child is placed there, you all be respectful of that. And just because they're family doesn't mean you get to, drop by anytime you want or anything like that. They've got rules to follow. So don't ask them to break the rules. Because if they break the rules, then what happens is Nova gets moved, and that could be back to Lubbock. That could be to Houston. I mean, it could be anywhere in the state. And then all of a sudden, it's really hard to get you all together with the child on a face-to-face basis. So be very grateful that we have this opportunity. Make the most of it, and just be sure, if and when that happens, that you are respectful of their time and the boundaries that are set there. Okay. All right, then I will continue the department as temporary managing conservator and find that there would be a continuing danger to return the child home today. I find parents are already complying with their service plans, which is really good. We're off to a good start. And I would obviously expect the department to continue to use reasonable efforts to reunify the family. We'll get the results of these UAs, and that may change up the visitation some. I hope it does, because I hope they're negative. And anyway, I am going to order those services as an order of the court today. So to the parents, what that means is I expect you to work on them. It's like any court order. I expect you to follow that court order. But more importantly for you all to know is there are consequences if you don't work those services. And those consequences are that Nova doesn't get placed back home with you. And of course, worst case scenario, it can mean termination of your parental rights. So, you're off to a good start. Keep your focus. Let's just keep moving in the right direction. And hopefully we will get Nova back home with y'all. Okay. All right. Everybody understand all of that? Ms. Carter, you understand how important that is? All right. Yes. Mr. Green?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, then. I will see you all back for our initial permanency hearing on June 24th of 2025. That'll be on a 9 o'clock docket. All right. Best of luck and keep up the good work.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks, Your Honor.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
All right. This is my last matter. May I be excused?
Yes, sir. Have a good rest of your day.
You too, Judge. I'll see you tomorrow in the Children's Docket.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. And with your permission, I'll leave the courtroom for an hour or so.
Absolutely. I'll be watching for you.
Thank you, Judge.
And Your Honor, if I could speak with Brittany Carter?
Yeah, Ms. Carter, I'm gonna send you a little prompt. And it's gonna say to go to room 3. And Mr. Michelson, you can just go back to room 3
Okay.
since you've already been assigned there. And you can just say join. All right, she's got it.
And my next hearing is at 11 o'clock, so I'll see you afterwards.
Okay, thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. Oh, I don't see a prompt.
If you go down to your breakout rooms, we're here today on our status hearing. We're conducting this through Zoom under a finding of good cause and agreement of the parties. We're live streaming, and Ms. Galvan is making our record. Okay, we will take announcements.
Daniel Trial for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. Erica Flores is my permanency specialist. We're present, ready, Your Honor.
Okay, and Cody Birtle for Victoria Cantu. We're present and ready.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of Keenan.
All right, Mr. Cordova is present. Mr. Cordova, can you unmute for me?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have video?
Sure do.
Okay, need you on video.
All right.
Okay, then. Ms. Flores, are you going to give us an update today?
Yes, ma'am. Keenan's doing great. He's currently placed with his mom. He's healthy. He's has no concerns at all. And I've been seeing Mrs. Cantu weekly, and she's doing great. She's started her family support services for her domestic violence, and she's also attending therapy. It's not contracted with us. We're currently trying to get contracted with them, so she's not having to pay, I believe, $90 a session. And they're just waiting on, I believe, just Mrs. Cantu to see if she would like that to get approved, because I do need notes. Mrs. Cantu did mention she's not comfortable with me getting the notes, but we need to verify through notes to see, just to make sure that if she's discussing, why they came into, this in the first place. Mr. Cordova has his family plan. I am actually meeting him tomorrow to go over everything, but he has the phone numbers, and I told him that he could make those calls to schedule those services.
All right. So let's talk about the release of the information. Mr. Pirtle, have you had an opportunity to speak with her about that?
Judge, I have talked to her about it, and she had been in therapy previous to CPS being involved. This is her same therapist. She really likes this therapist, and whether or not CPS pays for it, she'd rather continue with this same therapist. But she is uncomfortable about, she's had problems in her past with other family members and other things happening in her life that caused a lot of PTSD. And she's been dealing with it with her therapist, and she wants to keep a lot of her life that's separate from her ex with her child's father, separate from that therapy, separate from therapy concerning this case. So we're not sure how to proceed on that, other than she does want to invoke her right to the therapist-client privilege, that her notes are privileged right now.
Well, Mr. Trout, any response?
Your Honor, I think that, we're asking for these to be court ordered through the family plans of service. I think for us to gauge on how mom is progressing, I think, and I understand wanting to keep certain things separate, but I think for us to be able to gauge how she is doing and whether things are being addressed as they need to be, I think that is something that we need, is the release of information.
And I could respond to that, Judge.
Okay.
In response, we don't have a problem if the department would like to make certain questions to the therapist, like is her relationship with John Carlo being addressed? Is she receiving the correct therapy? Is she benefiting from it? Is she learning from it? Those kind of questions, she really doesn't have a problem being submitted to her therapist, maybe in writing, and then her therapist, answering those questions. But as far as getting in depth in her life and reading all of her personal notes, she doesn't want that. Personally, she doesn't want that.
All right, Mr. Schechter, are we comfortable just trying that and seeing if we get essentially what we need?
Yes, ma'am. I think we can try that if we can detail it if we have the permission to detail it with our therapist as to the reasons for the removal, and the relationship with Mr. Cordova, in order to gauge how this case is going. And I think we can go that route. I don't have a problem with that, Your Honor.
Okay, that's great, Judge. If we could make that adjustment, that'd be great.
Okay, we're obviously going to need Ms. Cantu to authorize the therapist to,
She and I've talked about that.
respond at all. So, okay. All right, we'll try it, see what happens.
So
Okay, then Mr. Pirtle, let me just ask, or let me just go back. Ms. Flores, anything further with respect to parents or anybody?
No, they're both, I believe, I'm not sure if John Carlo has started any of his services, but he does have his family plan. And like I said, I do plan to meet with him today just to go over, or tomorrow, I apologize, to go over everything.
Has he signed his or not?
I sent it through DocuSign and he's not signed it. No, ma'am. He did have a concern on the family plan where it states where I just copy and paste the affidavit. I don't know if that's why he did not sign it. He didn't agree with what was on the family plan.
Okay. Well, we'll come back to that in just a minute.
And Your Honor, though, just for the court, those have been filed with the court. But I don't see that either parent has signed the service plan on the copies that are filed at this point.
Judge, I believe I've looked it over and my client signed it. It's been submitted. So if we need to re-sign it, we'll be glad to.
That's fine. Erica, do you have the signed copy?
Yes, sir. I have Mrs. Cantu's.
Okay. All right. Mr. Pirtle, anything else today to cover?
No, Your Honor, I just wanted to we agree with Erica Flores about what's happening with the child. The child's very bonded to the mother. It's a safe and stable environment, and we'd like to just continue things as they are.
Okay. All right, Mr. Cordova. Early on in this case, you told me you wanted an attorney.
Yeah.
You still want an
never
attorney?
submitted that paperwork.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, I'm sorry. I said I never submitted that paperwork.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm asking you.
Oh. Well, it'd be nice, but we can carry on for today.
Well, yeah, we're going to carry on today, but if you had an attorney, you probably could have talked to your attorney about what your concerns were about the service plan and other things like that. So, do you still have that paperwork?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then I strongly recommend that you take time to fill that out and get it back to Ms. Flores so she can get it to me.
Okay.
And because the deeper we get into this, I think the more important it is for you to have legal counsel. And I'm going to talk about some of the reasons why that is important here in just a minute. Do you have any questions today?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right then, Ms. Zavala.
Your Honor, I met with Keenan and Mom in the home. Mom was very cooperative. Keenan seemed very good, very comfortable and bonded with mom, and I do recommend that that continue.
All right, thank you, ma'am. All right, then, for today, let me talk to parents about the service plans. So, Mr. Cordova, in particular, this is where I'm headed with this. I'm going to order those services as an order of the court today. So, in other words, those are now just not on a family plan of service. They are now part of a court order. So, I expect you to follow that court order. And failure to follow that court order and failure to work your services could mean that the child, not remain in the home with mom. It could mean the child doesn't go to visit you, Mr. Cordova. It could mean all kinds of things. But most importantly, what it means is that if you fail to work those things, it's the basis for terminating your parental rights. Okay? And once that happens, that means you are no longer the father or the mother of this child. So, I mean, it can be, the consequences can be pretty dire. So, again, Mr. Cordova, I think it's why you really ought to get that paperwork back and get a lawyer.
Right. And like I told Erica, I have no problem doing the services. It's just signing that paper with that affidavit. Like it just said some false things saying I stated something when I never stated anything.
Well, I'm not asking you to sign that affidavit. I'm asking you to fill out paperwork that tells me whether or not you qualify for a court-appointed attorney.
Oh, yeah. I'm just saying I'm not refusing to do any type of services. I'll do the services. I'm just don't feel comfortable signing that family plan.
Well, my suggestion is we see if you qualify for a lawyer and then talk to your lawyer about that.
Okay.
Okay, so be as thorough as you can on that paperwork for me. I need to know about job, your income, what your bills are. You need to be as thorough as you can. Okay. All right, so I am going to continue the department as temporary managing conservator, find that there would be a continuing danger to return the child to the father today, to find that mother's in compliance and that the child will remain in her home at this time. Obviously, I'm going to expect the department to continue to use reasonable efforts to reunify the family and keep the child at home. We've already talked about service plans, so I will see everybody back for our initial permanency hearing on June 24th of 2025. And that'll be on a 9 o'clock docket. So, Ms. Cantu, just as a reminder, the child is placed at home with you on those conditions, and I think you're abiding by all that. We're going to try to work with you about this therapy thing. As long as we get enough information about what we need, so if that becomes a further problem, I guess we'll do another dive into that when we see each other in June. Okay. I appreciate everybody. Y'all have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you back June 24th.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Morning.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Judge. Judge, I'm not sure if my client's gonna be want to speak to me ahead of time. I was not able to reach her last week after a few.
I do need to speak to you.
Okay. All right. Let me get y'all in a breakout room. Please just be mindful. We're kind of on a short fuse. We're here on an initial permanency hearing. We're conducting this through Zoom under a good finding of good cause and agreement of the parties. And we are also live streaming, and Ms. Galvan is making our record. All right, we'll take announcements.
Daniel Trout for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. Bryza Salinas is my permanency specialist for present ready.
Gary Morales, her respondent mother, Mercy Douglas, she is present. We are ready.
Bailey Sapien on behalf of respondent father. My client is present and we're ready.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of the children.
Okay. Miss Salinas, are you going to give us the update today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great.
Axel and Oakley are doing great. They've made such improvements from the time of removal. Their lead levels are gone. Axel's lead levels are really high at initial removal. It delayed his developmental stuff, and so he is taking speech and occupational therapy every week, or every other week, sorry. Physical therapy once a month. He has improved dramatically. He is walking, running. Right now, they're working on helping him go up and down the stairs. His speech was behind as well, which is why he's taking speech. He is now able to express more than 20 words. He's also knows how to sign 10 words. He's super cute when he does it too. He loves cars and balls. He's caught up medically, dental. His favorite things are Wheels on the Bus and the Bubblegum song. He loves just playing along with that. He's doing really well. Oakley as well. She's gained weight. She's improved. She struggled with she was behind as well. Not able to crawl or hold her head up when we first got her. She's able to do that. Working on crawling now. She's still not able to have solid foods, but is working on purees, rice cereals, things like that. So they're helping her with that as well. And her occupational therapy and physical therapy are helping her with her movements and getting her to start crawling. That's the update on the kiddos. Parents, Hayden has completed his counseling. Throughout this whole process, he has maintained stable housing, maintained a job, same job. He does need to work on getting his driver's license. He's struggling to get car insurance and get his driver's license because he doesn't have a vehicle right now to go take his driver's license. It is all legal, I get with insurance, but that's all he's lacking is just the driver's license insurance. He did take his OSAR, and they recommended he do a 16-week outpatient. So he is working on that. He is probably about 2 or 3 weeks in. Last I spoke to him. He did get on probation for the charge that he previously had. And so probation and as well as ourselves were having him do BIP. There was a struggle with BIP at first. And so I got that all settled. So he should be getting called to complete his BIP as well and follow up any recommendations there. He has tested negative. All his UAs are negative. His hair follicle has completely went down on the methamphetamine and the cocaine. His marijuana levels did decrease from 12.6 to 1.1 this last one. So he just has positive for the marijuana of the 1.1. In January is when I sent them for the hair follicle. So he seems to be doing good. He's just waiting his outpatient services to be completed and his BIP. Mercy, mom, she has struggled here and there to get settled, get on her feet. She was originally with mom. Mercy reported as well that she left mom's due to a physical altercation with her mom. And so she left mom's, went to a friend's home. That friend's home, she was there for a little bit, and she, on New Year's, they got into an altercation. The police were called out. She then asked Mercy to leave the home. And so Mercy left the home, went back to her mom's, stayed there for a little bit. And just recently, she occupied a house for herself. So she does have a home for herself. She does live with her boyfriend. She has not completed her TPC. She's needing to regulate her medication. And so she has not done the initial assessment with the doctor yet to be able to get on meds, to be able to regulate her diagnoses and get on her prescription meds. She was asked to do anger management, and she has completed 1 of 2 of those classes. That is self-reported. It's just a 2-day course for her anger management. And she says she has only completed the 1. Counseling, she's about halfway done. She lacks 3. She is doing daily recovery as well. She did complete her OSAR, and they recommended daily recovery. That is through telehealth. And that is a 12-week program, and she is about halfway done with that. She is also supposed to be going to domestic violence support groups, and to my knowledge, she has not started those. And she was arrested on January 24th for a warrant that she had previously had. And so that missed her visitation up. She was arrested on the day that she had visitation with the kids. And those are all my updates on parents and children, Judge.
Okay, she's obviously that warrant. I mean, did she bond out, or is that taken care of, or?
I believe she bonded out. I'll have to double check on that. I think it's bonded out, and I think that's what the warrant was for. She had regionally had a prior charge, and I believe they had that warrant out for her because she missed her bond.
Like a failure to appear?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Mr. Morales, anything to add today?
Not much, Your Honor. I was unable to get a hold of my client over the last couple of weeks. She indicated to me that her phone was off, and so her and I will go over the permanency report that I emailed to her last week in detail this afternoon. But she is making some progress, and we've also had some setbacks, obviously. So her and I are going to have to discuss a lot of this stuff in detail and try to make sure that she stays on the right track moving forward. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good.
Judge, may I ask Ms. Salinas a question real quick?
Sure.
Ms. Salinas, you may have mentioned this. Mom missed drug screens in January, is that correct?
Oh, she did miss drug screens. I do apologize. Yes, she did. I sent her it was her hair follicle and her UA.
Okay.
And she did miss, and I resent her.
Okay, so she has gone and taken them now?
Yes, her hair follicle is pending. It has been since the 29th, and usually they're back by now, but it is still pending, her hair follicle. Her UA did come back negative, but her hair follicle is still pending.
And you say the 29th, now she missed on the 29th, and then you resent it?
That's the day I resent her, was January 29th.
Okay, and so have you checked on that? It's been almost a month. They haven't gotten that
Yes,
back.
I've been checking on it, and it's still pending, and so I need to call the agency and see what's going on with that. She did dye her hair. I don't know if that has anything to do with it as well. So I did talk to her about that as well. I'm not dyeing her hair.
Would you make a request of the court to order mom not to dye her hair through the pendency of this case?
Yes.
Do you need any drug screens from any parents at this time?
No, they are all caught up with their drug screens and UAs.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Judge. We just make that one request that mom be ordered not to dye hair or bleach hair during the pendency of this case.
Okay. All right, Ms. Zavala. Or sorry, Ms. Sapien. My apologies.
That's all right. Thank you, Judge. I'm happy with the progress Ms. Salinas has talked about for Hayden today, and I hope Hayden just continues on that path. And Hayden, if you need anything, you know I'm here. And that's all I have.
All right, appreciate it. Now, Ms. Zavala.
Your Honor, I've been able to visit with both kids in the home. They are doing really well. Foster placement works with them all the time on motor skills and the things to get them caught up. And I think daycare is actually really helping with that as well. Just interacting with other kids and trying to keep up with them. So there's been huge progress with the kids. My only question was going to be the drug screen for mom, but that was just answered. And so I do recommend that placement continue.
All right, thank you. All right, then I am going to order, really this goes for both parties, but the department requested this as to mom. I'm going to order that mom not alter her hair during the course of the case. And I'm going to continue the department as temporary managing conservator, and I'm going to continue the child's placement. I find that there would be a continuing danger to return the child home today, but that parents are working services. So that's good. I find that their progress is sufficient to say that they're in compliance, but you both need to keep, diligently working on all these things.
Yes, ma'am.
And obviously expect St. Francis and the department to continue to use reasonable efforts to reunify the family. Okay, I'll see you all back for our next review hearing on June 24th of 2025. That'll be on a 9 o'clock docket. So your attorneys will let you know what time exactly you need to log in. Okay, thank you all very much. Appreciate you.
Thank you,
Thank
Judge.
you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Your Honor, may I be excused?
Yes, ma'am. Have a good
Thank
rest
you.
of your day.
All right, y'all too.
Mr. Trout, did you just get exhibit happy on one of our cases today, or?
I did, I guess. It added up more than I thought it was going to. I apologize for that.
I haven't looked at him, but I saw the email and I thought, wow.
Yeah, there was just a lot went on in some of that stuff.
Yeah.
I guess I need to start combining some of those things.
Oh, I haven't looked at them.
I think I actually did combine some of them, so it could have been more than that, I guess.
Could have been worse.
Daniel, what's going on, man?
Oh, not much. How you doing?
Oh, I'm all right. I'm just going freaking crazy. I'm in 5 different courts at the same time. I had a Social Security hearing, a CPS hearing. I just can't do it all. It's crazy.
I got your email, so if you've got to exit early or something, just
I'm
wait and
here.
let me know.
If Judge Frusto yells at me, I'm going to blame it on you. It's all right.
Okay. It's okay.
It's just the way it works. It seems like I don't have anything for the rest of the week. It's just all the day.
She can challenge me to a duel out in the parking lot or something like that. All right, then we'll try to be as expeditious as we can. We're here today on a review hearing. We're conducting this through Zoom under a finding of good cause and agreement of the parties. We are live streaming. And Ms. Galvan is making our record today. All right, we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Daniel Trout for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. Haven Doucette's my permanency specialist. We're present ready.
Brooks Barfield for her mom, Misty Schechter. She's here.
All right.
Sabella on behalf of Carter.
Sorry. My apologies. I was just going to say, Mr. Nowak has been present with us earlier this morning. He was in something else, was maybe going to have to log in by phone. I'll be watching for him. But presently he is not here.
Judge, we did make arrangements for his client to appear from the jail, but I am not sure what name that would be under.
Well, I'm not seeing any name that I don't. I think everybody in the waiting room right now I know they are. We do not have him logged in. Okay, all I can do is just keep an eye out for everybody. Okay, and Casa is also present today.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, then, Ms. Doucette, are you giving us the update this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you may proceed.
Carter is doing very well in placement. There was a minor incident last night that resulted in a little bit of a fight between him and another resident at the home, but placement said that he's making progress and they still want to continue working with him. He's going to therapy bi-weekly and he's attending schools. I've been in contact with Ms. Schechter consistently, and I have mailed Mr. Craddock parenting packets and letters as he is an ISF.
All right. Well, I've reviewed the report. Obviously, I want to hear from everybody today, but I guess the elephant in the room is we've got a approved ICPC home study on Ms. Schechter. CASA has been out there. There have been no concerns expressed with the home or anything like that. So, are we ready to place the child? And
Judge, I'll address that real quick. I met with Ms. Doucette in the last week on this. So from my understanding, if the child is placed with Ms. Schechter in California right now, California is not willing to help us monitor at that time. It would put us my clients in a situation of needing to dismiss out once the child is placed out of state. The issue I have there is if we dismiss out, there are prior orders that give dad primary custody. Dad's of course in ISF right now, so that can't happen. But that is why I went ahead and asked for a mediator so we could try to get an agreement to have that flip to where mom is primary, and then we can place child out there and get out of the case. But if we just get out, it's going to revert back to prior orders, and that caused an issue with us. So that is where we stood on that.
So just procedurally, I do appreciate that, because that would do that, and it would cause Ms. Schechter to have to hire an attorney and do all that. And of course, we know how expensive that could be. So I think the mediation is a good idea. I also think that would also, if for some reason we're not able to get an agreement by dad, I would think that this court could do what this court would need to do in regards to custody. Am I wrong about that procedurally?
no.
And Judge, I'm fine if we got to that point and needed to set a earlier final hearing, I'm fine with that. But I just didn't want to place and have to dismiss out and put us back in the situation we were in when this case started. That's what I didn't want to have to happen.
Yeah, and I think Misty understands that procedural quagmire. I would like to try to see if we could get this resolved as quickly as possible, though, if at all, obviously, because right now, my client's done absolutely everything. And of course, the delay up to this point was just getting that report back, which we got back. So if we, I would like to set a final on this much sooner than May, quite frankly, if we could.
I would agree with that as well. I do think getting those orders is really important. But if there was a way to do that, I would be on board with placing him right away with mom. But without those orders in place, I feel like that doesn't help Carter in the long run.
And Your Honor, for CASA's perspective, we are also in agreement with Ms. Zavala that if we can get things moving quicker, we'll be happy to get him placed. We just do have some concerns about ensuring those orders are set in stone so that, we don't go back to right where we were at the beginning of the case.
So California won't monitor or won't assist in the monitoring at all if we placed, let's just say we put him on an airplane and sent him out there today.
That is my understanding, Your Honor. That's what Ms. Doucette informed me, is that they have said they will not monitor for, they will not assist in that monitoring.
Okay, and here's the problem, Ms. Schechter, is we're required by law in this state to have eyes on this child, every so often, and that becomes very difficult, obviously. So we can do a 45-day trial setting, I mean, we had the setting in May, but everybody's saying they want to go a lot faster than that. I mean, we can set it in 45 days and I can send you all to mediation. It's just everybody's gonna have to buckle down and find a date and time where that's gonna work.
And Judge, we have I emailed Rachel on it last week, so we have the mediator's name. We just got to get the date set so we can all get together and get that done.
Okay, so what about 45 days? That's gonna put us. Very first part of April.
1st of April, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and I'll move absent a federal or jury trial. I'll move whatever I have and to get this thing done mediation wise.
And I'll be out of the country at the end of the March, but I will also work whatever I can with whatever Wi-Fi and ensure that there's some supervisor there to help on our end.
All right, so Rachel's saying we could set the trial for April 15th at 1:30. Does that work for everybody? Let's start there.
Fine with me, Your Honor.
Yeah, that works.
I can do that.
Your Honor, I can throw this out there. The child can go on a visit with mom, maybe over spring break.
Yeah, you're reading my mind, Ms. Collins. I absolutely was going to suggest that.
And we did discuss that when Ms. Zavala and myself and Ms. Doucette met on this. We did discuss that about the length of visits of what we could do before it got deemed a placement, and what we could go out. We just didn't want to pull the trigger on that and then it get pushed out for some reason. Dad, my understanding, Dad has a between 45 to 120 day stint in ISF. I think he got sent out there end of January. So that puts his latest discharge date right around the first part of May, end of April, 1st of May, right in that area. So I didn't want it to try to do a visit with mom and then get caught in a situation with the kid out there and then us being in a mess on that. So that was something else we had to talk about.
Well, I think we could send him for spring break for, a 7 to 10 day visit over spring break with no problems. But otherwise, he's got to be in school. And if we're not placing in California, then we can't get him in school in California. And he can't be out of school here for 30 days. So we can't. I think all we can do is, get him there over spring break. And, that'll hopefully be halfway between now and when we're going to wind everything up. But so, I don't have Mr. Nowak here to tell me about that date, but we'll confirm, but I'm going to set it for April 15th at 1:30. And I'm sure he'll want to have his client present. So we'll address that with him as well. But, I'll order y'all to mediate then by April 1st. So it doesn't give a lot of time, but I'll tell you what, why don't we say by April, let's just say by April 10th, give you guys just a little more breathing room.
And Judge, I'll get it. Brooks, just be on the lookout. I'll get an email. I think Landon Lambert was the one that was assigned to this mediation. I'll try to get an email out to him today to try to get a date set.
And he used to be willing to work on Saturdays.
I'll keep that in mind.
In the far back of your mind, or
far back, but I'll keep that in mind.
Okay.
No, I'm good. If we can get it done, the quicker the better on it. Like I said, I think my clients are ready to do something. Just when we met, this issue popped up, so that's why we hesitated on it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Mr. Barfield, anything else to add today?
Not unless Misty has something. No, I think we're all doing proceed. I mean, normally I'd just say, hey, send the kid home, but I don't want to stick her with $25,000 in a private attorney bill for a modification. I don't think that benefits her or Carter or anybody else. And I actually am gonna I appreciate the department. I don't say that very often, but I appreciate the department kidding thanking of that and thanking of not only Carter's well-being, but my client's situation as well. That is very very professional. Thank you very much.
Okay, and since I don't have Mr. Nowak, we'll keep him in the loop by an email. All right, Ms. Zavala.
Your Honor, Carter is doing very well. He did have that recent slip up. The other thing that everybody can be reinforcing with Carter when you talk to him is just school. He was so far behind, and I think it is hard for him to sit down and make himself really try to catch up, and so I think Misty does this well, and I think the visits are going well with her. So whatever she can do to keep encouraging him to really working on that school stuff would be great, and then he can head to her house at some point and work on school there.
Yeah, much as I hate to say it, but maybe the school can send some stuff over spring break that they can work on together, and it's just we need to get him caught up. So okay.
Can I ask when is excuse me, when is spring break out there?
Coming up pretty quick. March
2 weeks, March 12th.
12th.
Somewhere around that week, I think.
But we could arrange for, it'd be the weekend before and that whole week, and then the weekend after as far as getting him back and forth.
So the 7th,
sorry.
Friday the 7th is the last day of school.
Yes.
And then he'd have to be back. Oh, wait, sorry, looking at the right, yeah. Then he'd have to be back on the 17th.
That's the 7th through 7th. School.
So I guess he'd actually need to be back the 16th so he could go to school on the 17th.
16th. Okay, so from when he was in school here, I do have packets and packets of last year's work, and I don't know if he's still behind on school, so I would feel that maybe what I have here is adequate with catching him up, because I have thick packets of schoolwork that we still have from last year.
I think he is so far behind that will probably be what he needs to be working on. Yeah.
Okay. And Casa?
Much further to add, Your Honor. As stated, Carter's doing very well. The visits with Misty have been going very well between him and Carter. I've observed several of those when they were here in the office, and with how well they were doing. We did transition to placement just because it was a little easier to manage Carter's schedule and mom's schedule, and with how well they were good, and we didn't have any concerns. And I'm just very encouraged. I speak to Ms. Schechter very often, probably 2 or 3 times a week, in regards to Carter, his progress. And I'm very proud of her for the work that she's done. And I was very comforted, if you will, by my home visit to California to go see her home and interact with not only herself, but the Deskins, her in-laws that also reside there, and feel just very, very good with how things are going for Carter and the family unit.
All right, then. I appreciate it.
I do have one question.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if you can do it or how to do it. There is a woman that is in my other son's case that is constantly trying to contact Carter at the home where he is. Is there any way to stop that?
Well, probably somebody would have to be on a call list. Is this person making contact with the child?
She's trying to, and neither me or Casa feel that it is in his best interest for him to have any contact with her.
Okay, who are we talking about?
And just to clarify a little bit, Your Honor, so her name is Barbara. It is the child's placement out of Gray County. She was requesting some visitation with Carter between the 2 children. And so myself and Haven discussed that with him, and he stated at this time that he did not want any visitation with his brother. He didn't want to be mean or anything. He just seems to be very focused on his visits with mom right now, and very engaged with that. And so we instructed placement that at this time, due to Carter's wishes, that he did not want to have that visitation. And it appears that after that conversation, she did reach out to the home, to the main office of the home, and was trying to get a visitation scheduled. But I believe that the children's home and Haven have had that discussion in regards to what contact and who is the appropriate person to coordinate that.
Okay. All right. So hopefully we've taken care of it.
Hopefully, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right, then. I'll continue the department as temporary managing conservator, and I'll continue Carter's current placement. I'd find that there's a continuing danger to return the child home to Mr. Craddock at this time, and in fact, impossible since he's in ISF. I'll find mom is in compliance. I'm going to order the parties to mediation by April 10th, and we will set our final April 15th at 1:30. It's fine with me for Carter to go have the spring break visit with his mom, so everybody can kind of schedule that and figure out the coming and going and all that. So, all right. I'll see everybody back April 15th.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Ms. Schechter. Thank you for all your hard work.
We'll see
Thank
you.
you, Your Honor.
Yeah. And that mediation obviously will probably be a Zoom mediation, I'm assuming, because Misty's out in California.
Yeah, the ones I've done with Landon have been Zoom, so I'm sure.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, all right. I guess Judge will see you at 1:30, I think.
I'll be here.
All right. Good job, Misty.
Thank you, Mr. Barfield. Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate this.
Thank you. Have a good rest of your day.
You as well.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a great day. If y'all need anything from me, y'all just let me know.
All right, let's don't start about all the things that California seems to be able to afford to do, but
Yeah, that's what they told me, is that they were
not monitor children.
not willing to help in that situation.
We're here today on review hearings in both cases. We're conducting these through Zoom under a finding good cause and agreement of the parties. We're live streaming, and Ms. Galvan is making our record today. Okay, we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Daniel Trout for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. Haven Doucette's my permanency specialist. We're present, ready, Your Honor.
Schechter on behalf of the mother, Tamisha Carruthers. I'm present and ready, Your Honor.
Stacy Grant on behalf of Father Terry Jones. I'm present and ready, Your Honor. Just for record purposes, the court report states that T.D. Hammonds is Mr. Jones's attorney, but that's just a typo.
Jeff Hill on behalf of Dante Jones, the father. He's present. We're ready.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of the children.
All right, thank you. Okay, Ms. Doucette. Good enough.
The children, I'm sorry.
No.
The children are placed in a foster home in Lubbock. They're doing very well. Their personalities are starting to blossom and grow each time that I go. They've started attending play therapy on the campus, and they enjoyed that. And Layla's attending school. I've been able to meet with Mr. Dante Jones, and he has completed his parenting, and we've got his individual counseling set up. I have attempted Ms. Carruthers at an address she gave me. They said they have not spoken to her in over a year, and I've not been able to get in contact with her by phone. And I've also sent letters and tried to call the contact information I have for Terry Jones, and I have not been able to get in contact with him.
Okay. All right, anything else to report from St. Francis?
No, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Doucette, thank you. Ms. Naranjo?
Your Honor, I did have some problems getting in contact with Ms. Carruthers, but I have been in contact with her recently, and I have passed on her contact information to Ms. Duquette, and she's informed me that she has met with her recently.
All right, Mr. Hill.
Thanks, Judge. Ms. Doucette, in your permanency report on page 12, it indicates that Mr. Jones has not completed OSAR. I could not find, looking in his service plan, that he was required to do OSAR. Was that added by court order subsequent to the service plan, or was that potentially just a mistake in the report?
I'm pulling it up right now. It might have been a typo on my end. Yes, it's not in his original family plan, so that was a mistake on my side.
Okay. What is he lacking yet to complete his services?
He needs to complete his psychosocial and his individual counseling, which he's gotten set up. I have not seen the home that he is living in, so I'll need to see where he has stable housing, and we're working on verifying his employment as he started a new job. And I'll need a drug screen from him.
Okay, needs to do his psychosocial, finish individual counseling. You need to see housing, and you need a drug screen.
Yes, and his visits, he hasn't been attending visits, so we need to get those set up at a time that he can attend so we can see the relationship between him and Tavius.
And the dismissal date, I believe, is early May. If he gets on these services, do you believe that he still has time to complete the things he needs to complete?
I do.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. I'll pass the witness.
Okay, and Ms. Grant.
Ms. Doucette, have you had any contact with Terry Jones through the course of this case?
I have not.
And have you attempted to contact him at all addresses and phone numbers that you have available to you?
Yes, ma'am.
And those are the same contacts that were provided to me through the course of this case, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And would you have any reason to disagree if I represented to you that he has not reached out to me as his attorney either?
I would not.
Pass the witness, Judge.
Okay. Ms. Zavala? Let's see, Ms. Zavala. I'm sorry.
Ms. Doucette, I just want to clarify, Mr. Hill was asking you about Dante's services. The report talks about BIP classes. Are those still a requirement?
Yes, ma'am. Those are a requirement.
Okay, and he hasn't started those yet?
No, he has not.
And then you mentioned that the visits with Dante and Tavius have been set at a time that maybe Dante can't go?
Yes, they're on Mondays, but he informed me that he's gotten a new job, so we're working to get those rescheduled.
Okay. And then I've got a note that mom has no-showed the last 3 visits. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you had any contact with mom to address that, or?
Sporadic communication with her by text message and phone, but I have not had an in-person visit with her.
And the children are doing well in their place?
Yes, they're doing very well.
Okay. I pass the witness, Your Honor. I don't know if anybody else has any follow-up questions before recommendation.
I do.
Sure, go ahead, Mr. Hill.
Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Doucette, so BIP is a relatively long, it's like a 24-week give or take process, is it not?
Yes.
So there's no possibility that can be completed before the dismissal date in this case. Would you agree?
Yes.
Do you have any alternate program that Mr. Jones could avail himself to attempt to make up for the deficiency of not being able to complete BIP?
I can look into our resource list. for BIP, he also will go and do the assessment. And if they feel he doesn't need to continue the courses, he will not be required to complete the 24-week classes.
Okay. Can you work with him on that to either get an alternative or get him set up with the evaluation to determine whether or not he needs it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Pass witness.
Okay, Ms. Zavala, you can go ahead and give your recommendation, then I've got some questions.
Judge, I got a couple of questions real quick for Ms. Vaughn.
All right, go ahead.
Ms. Doucette, mom's visits, how were they supposed to be scheduled?
They are scheduled by Zoom. They're virtual.
Okay. Did mom tell you why she hasn't attended the visits?
No.
Did y'all discuss that?
I asked her last week if she was going to attend her visit, and I have not had a response or contact with her since then.
Okay. And when was that contact? Did you say?
Last Tuesday for her visit.
Okay. Do you know where is mom living right now?
I am unsure.
Okay. Did she tell you, is she moving from friend to friend? Is she homeless right now? Did she mention?
When she tells me that she's staying at friends' homes, but she doesn't have a stable place that she stays.
Okay. At one point she was working. Is she working anymore right now?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Okay. Would you request the court today to order drug screens on mom and on Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Do you need hair follicles and UAs?
Yes.
Okay. And you're working with dad on the visits. What are we going to do with mom on the visits? Is she willing to start attending those?
I can continue trying to contact her and have the person supervising the visits, but if she's willing, we can change them to her schedule.
Okay. Are you good continuing with trying to get virtual visits, or are you requesting the court to stop the visits at this point?
I think the visits are good. The children do ask to see her. It's just a matter of holding them.
Okay. And I know, see Ms. Carruthers is signed in today. To your knowledge, does she have the ability to do Zoom hearings right now?
From her phone and her response, yes.
Okay. All right. I was looking, I don't believe you discussed as far as with dad, I don't think we have adjudicated dad, Mr. Jones, yet. Have y'all discussed whether he wants to be adjudicated or do a paternity test?
I have not discussed that with him, no.
And so you're asking today for the placement to continue and for temporary managing conservatorship to continue?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Final is set May 6th. We need mediation ordered?
Yes, sir.
Okay, in both cases?
Yes, sir.
All right. Your Honor, we would ask for that for drug screens to be ordered today on Mr. Jones and on Ms. Carruthers, and for mediation to be set at this time.
Okay, well, it's a standing order, so yeah. Well, I mean, I'm happy to sign somebody. So first of all, Mr. Jones or Mr. Hill, have you all discussed about any paternity issues? We're getting really late in the game to start doing that, but
Judge, I have not, unfortunately. I will have that discussion with him later today.
okay, and if you would let Mr. Trout know if he's wanting genetic testing so we can get on that. Okay. Ms. Carruthers, can you unmute for me?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
Can you turn your camera on?
Hold on just a second. I think this is it. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, why haven't you been making your visits?
I I had told my lawyer, it's been really confusing for me for the virtual. So since they got to Lubbock, I was making them at first. And then like the last few that I missed, I tried to log in. It's like just literally been logging me in. I tried to make the last one. It's just been like loading. My phone is not on. I don't have the money right now to get my phone on. So I'm on Wi-Fi. So I use the Wi-Fi to like, do what I have to do. So that's why I really haven't been keeping up with nobody. I just do the best that I can until I had a job. Like I said, I lost my car and everything.
Okay,
So
Ms.
everything
Carruthers.
kind of went downhill.
Ms. Carruthers, you need to slow down and you need to look at your phone so the court reporter can see your face and see you speaking, because it makes it really hard for her.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I
So
lost my car.
hang on. So you've got you have available Wi-Fi.
Yes, ma'am.
So you could do your visits just like you're on court right now.
Yeah, and I logged into and it was just logging and logging. So I had asked Stephanie about it one night. She got me in eventually. It took about 20 minutes, 20 minutes to get in, but I did get in. But it's been giving me a logging problem. So I had been trying to see my kids. It just hasn't been logging me in. So I just kind of like started stressing about it and just kind of like I didn't know what to do.
Okay, so I mean we got a whole lot of other things to ask about. So why haven't you been drug testing?
I haven't got a drug test. I haven't had my phone on. I had one drug test, and whenever I had that, when I had pneumonia and I didn't feel good, I didn't go take it. And I'll go take a drug test. I don't mind. I don't mind. I never minded anything before. I don't mind.
Do you remember me telling
Yes, ma'am.
you? Look, hang on. I mean, I'm looking back, but just to be sure. Yeah, you were at the status hearing, so you remember me telling you that failure to work your services could result in termination of your parental rights?
Yes, ma'am. And I don't want that.
Okay,
I
well,
really
you've got until May 1st, roughly. You know, our trial's set for May 6th, but you got
Yes,
until
ma'am.
about May 1st to get all this done and I, you know, I just encourage you to get after it and see what all you can get done.
Yes, ma'am.
Talk to your lawyer.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Ms. Zavala, you have a recommendation to make?
Yes, Your Honor. The kids are doing very well in placement. I do recommend that continue. Tavius had a little health issues with their monitoring with low iron, but they're monitoring that and prescribed him something for that. Other than that, they're all good.
Okay, thank you. Okay, then at this time, I'm gonna order the drug tests for Ms. Carruthers and for Mr. Dante Jones. Those need to be done by 4 p.m. today, hair and UA. Is that paperwork out there, Ms. Doucette?
Yes, ma'am. I'm working on sending it now.
Okay, all right. So y'all need to get out there. Do you both have a way to get there today?
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, yes, I have a way.
All right, Mr. Jones, can you get there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, gotta be there before 4.
Okay.
Failure to test is deemed a positive result, which is not going to help either one of you at this point. I find there's a continuing danger to return the child home to any of the parents at this time. I'm going to find that they're not in compliance with the service plans. You know, we've had a little slow progress, but we're not where we need to be by any means. I'll order department to continue to use reasonable efforts to reunify the family. I will continue the department as temporary managing conservator, and I will continue the children's placement. And I'll see everybody back for the final on May 6th of 2025. That's on a 9:00 docket. Yeah, I will expect parties to go to mediation, and let's just say y'all need to do that before, like April 25th. And then we can assign an attorney mediator. Okay, Mr. Barfield it is. He's up next on the mediation list. So Brooks Barfield will be your mediator.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'll see everybody back May 6th.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
We're here on review hearings in both cases. We're conducting these through Zoom under a finding of good cause and agreement of the parties. We're live streaming and Ms. Galvan is making our record. All right, we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Daniel Trial for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. Shay Grant's my permanency specialist. We're present and ready, Your Honor. And Your Honor, I noticed that Ms. Larson is in on this. She is not up till the next case.
Okay. I may have brought her in by mistake. I'll put her in the waiting room.
Okay. And Ms. Grant, are you standing in for somebody? You're not on until the next case either, are you?
That's correct. I'm waiting for Abu Kar.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll put you in the waiting room.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
TD Hammonds for Luisa Solis, present and ready, Judge.
Jay Michelson on behalf of Jimmy Madrano. He is not present, but I'm ready, Your Honor.
Tracy Riley appearing for the unknown father.
Jeff Hill on behalf of an unknown father for Zeus. Ready?
Stacy Zavala for the children.
Okay, and just to clarify, Ms. Riley is present for the unknown father in the Jimmy Madrano case.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Nope, no problem. All right. Who's giving us the update? Ms. Grant?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
So the boys are doing great. They are still placed with maternal aunt. They have had all of their appointments. They're doing good in daycare, very bonded to the family. And so everything is good with the boys. We did, as of February 14th, change the goals in the case. So our primary goal is relative adoption, concurrent with unrelated adoption. I sent Miss Solis to drug screen on 2/20. She did a UA and a hair follicle. Those both came back negative. Due to a positive UA in January, we did have I referred her to do an OSAR. We're having some issues with who's doing our OSARs now, so she hasn't been able to do that yet, but I'm still working on it. She did let me know that she completed her last 2 hours of parenting classes. I am just waiting for verification on that from her. And I believe that is all the updates that I have.
Ms. Grant, when were the goals changed?
On February 14th.
Okay. And what was the reason for the goals change?
Due to the positive UA.
Okay. And that is being so far along in this case and still having positive screens?
Yes.
Okay. Other than the drug screens, where does mom stand on the rest of her services? But the OSAR you mentioned, but what else does she need to finish up?
The last thing she needs is to complete her individual counseling. She did start with a therapist, but when she started her new job, that therapist wasn't able to continue because she needs either after hours or weekends. So I'm working to get her set up with a new therapist that can accommodate those hours.
And you said you're just waiting on verification on the last 2 hours of parenting?
Yes.
Okay. And then she'll be done with that?
Yes.
Okay. So our main concerns right now are still the counseling and the on again, off again drug screens.
Yes.
Any luck in locating or finding any more names for unknown fathers?
No.
Okay. Mom is not giving you any other names?
No.
Okay. Have you had any contact with the alleged dad, Cody Randall?
I have not.
Okay. And where is he located right now?
Federal prison in Oklahoma.
Okay. All right. have you tried to send letters to them? Are those coming back, or can you not get letters into them either?
I've sent letters, but they haven't been returned and I haven't gotten any letters back.
Okay. And how often do you try to get in touch with him?
At least 3 times a month.
Okay. Do you know approximately how many letters you have sent him that you have not gotten responses back?
At least 6.
Okay. All right. Anything you need to request of the court today? You said mom had just done drug screens?
Yes, on 220.
So we're good on those. Any other issues or things we need to discuss with the court today?
As far as reunification, I just have concerns, of course, with the positive drug screens. She hasn't been able to maintain stability in housing or employment. She did just start a new job I believe it was last week. I was able to visit her where she's staying last month. She says this is with her friend and her friend's husband. I've not been able to meet them, so I don't have any information on them.
Okay. And do you know when she moved in with them?
I'm not too sure. We kind of lost contact in December. So when we did make contact again, I was able to visit her at that home. So that was my first time to visit her there. I'm not sure when she moved in with them though.
Do you still have concern as far as stability in housing?
Yes.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Hammonds, any questions?
Yeah, briefly, Judge. Miss Grant, prior to her moving in with these folks, she'd actually even lived in her car at different times, correct?
That is what she told me, yes.
But now that she has a job and hopefully can get her own apartment, I mean, you would see that as showing stability?
Yes, as long as she could maintain that housing.
Have you run a background check on these folks that she's living with?
I have not.
Okay. I mean, is there anything, well, okay, so you basically don't know anything about them?
Correct.
All right. And she's living, is it closer to Lubbock now?
A little bit closer. It's Floydada.
Okay. And have the visits been going okay with the kids?
Yes, I get good reports from the monitor about her visits.
Okay. I mean, I know it's difficult for any of us to predict what happens over the next couple months, but if she remains clean and sober, maintains employment, gets her own housing, certainly the department's recommendation could change again.
It is a possibility, yes.
Okay. I have nothing further, Judge.
All right, Mr. Hill?
No question, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Michelson?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Trout might have covered this and I didn't hear him, but have you had any contact with Jimmy Madrano Jr.?
I have not.
Okay. And there's no additional information about his whereabouts?
No, sir.
Okay. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Riley?
No question, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Zabala?
Miss Grant, I thought I had a note that mom was living with a boyfriend, but I could be wrong. Was she living with a boyfriend before this friend?
I'm not sure about that. She's only ever told me that it's a friend.
Okay. Has she indicated to you how long the plan is for her to live with this couple?
She has not.
Has she indicated whether that couple is willing to cooperate and possibly drug screen or work any services we might need?
She says that they are.
She was sent on the 20th to hair follicle. Did she also dye her hair right around the same time?
I did receive information that she dyed her hair. And from what it looks like, It does look a different color than when I saw her last month.
Is the department requesting what they've requested in a previous case, that parents be ordered not to alter their hair for the rest of the case?
Yes.
And then you said she started a new job last week. What is she doing?
She's at a solar power company.
And was she working prior to last week?
No.
Is this the first job she's had in the course of the case?
No.
Okay. Have you gotten any reports that during visits, mom is telling the boys that they're coming home or that they're coming to spend the night with her?
Yes.
Okay. Is that concerning?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Has mom been instructed not to make those kinds of statements and promises to the boys?
Yes, she has.
I'll pass the witness.
I have a couple of follow-up here.
Okay.
Ms. Grant, when was the last time those type of comment, to your knowledge, when was the last time those type of comments were made from mom to the children?
It's been a few weeks since
Okay.
I was last told about it.
Okay, so you say a few weeks, so that's fairly recent, would you say?
Yes.
Did mom, you stated mom's hair color looks different. When did you get notification that her hair had been dyed?
Oh, but I believe it was yesterday through email.
Okay, all right. And you would request that the court order no more dyeing or bleaching your hair or altering your hair during the pendency of the case?
Yes.
Okay. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right. Anything further from the department?
Your Honor, I would just call mom real quick to follow up on a couple of these questions.
Okay, Ms. Solis, if you'd unmute for me. Can you hear us? Okay, but we can't hear her. Okay,
And Judge, I know we need to move along. It was.
yeah, we're 30 minutes behind and Mr. Hill's got to be somewhere, and so we're getting ourselves in a real hole.
Yes, ma'am. And I can pass, Ms. Grant can check on some of these questions. It was mainly the questions about where she was living, who she was living with and that stuff. But Ms. Grant can follow up with those, and we'll get notifications out on those.
Okay. All right, Mr. Hammonds, anything else to add?
Judge. Yeah, Judge, I was gonna call Ms. Solis as a witness as well, but here's the thing. Ms. Solis wants to continue cooperating with the department. She's completed all of her services except for the couple that have been mentioned. She does have that new employment. She has a vehicle. I will contact her. We'll have a discussion about conversations with the boys, but, certainly we want things to continue as they are. She's had some issues with the supervision of her visitation. I think some people were sick recently, but again, those are just things that we'll have to work through. But, I think you can tell. She's been working her services. She's had some difficulties with transportation and housing, but I think these folks that she's living with, I think they'll be approved by the department. They're an older couple. They don't have any priors of any sort, so I don't think that's going to be an issue.
Okay.
But I will stay in contact with Ms. Solis, and I'll certainly encourage her to stay in contact with Ms. Grant.
All right. Mr. Michelson, anything else to address today?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Riley, anything?
No, Judge. Sorry, I was trying to find my button, but no, Judge.
All right, and Mr. Hill?
Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Zavala, do you have a recommendation today?
Yes, Your Honor. The boys are doing great with Aunt. Kelly's got to visit them in person several times, and I do recommend that continue.
All right, thank you.
I'm sorry, I'm being called into the 47th. May I be excused.
You certainly may. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Judge. I appreciate it.
All right, then I'm going to order mother not to alter her hair color or treatment anymore during the pendency of the case. I'm going to continue the department as temporary managing conservator and continue the children's placement. I would find a continuing danger to return the children home today, but I am going to find that mother is in compliance and that neither alleged father is in compliance at this time. And I'll expect the department to continue to use reasonable efforts to reunify the family. And I'll see everybody back for our final, which is currently scheduled for May 6th of 2025 on a 9 o'clock docket. All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Ms. Lee, sorry about the technical problem, but they'll get with you and we'll get these questions answered.
Yeah, I'll call her right now. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, thank you.
Shay, if you will follow
Goodbye.
up on the who she's living with and how long she's been there and their information so we can see if they'll cooperate.
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Catchy little tune from TD.
Yep. Okay. So I know we're 30 minutes behind. So,
And
Mr. Hill, you've got to be where by when?
Judge, I've got a couple pleas in the 251st. It's just in Potter, so it's just a couple blocks north of my office, but that's at 1:30. So I've got at least an hour anyway. Hour and 15 minutes is pushing it, but I can be around at least till then.
Judge, let me speak to Mr. Hill real quick, and we may have a solution to our being behind right now.
Okay. We've also got something scheduled at 1:30 too, Mr. Hill. So we're kind of all in the same sinking ship with you.
Okay.
Okay. Let me get y'all in a breakout room. Just you, Mr. Hill?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You can go back to 1. I'll put him in 1. Okay. Before we call and get started, Miss Katie, if you'd look for a resume date on this, sometime in the next couple weeks.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll check dates with everybody.
Judge, could you throw Ms. Campos, Ms. Larson, Ms. Collins in a room with me real quick, just so I can tell them what's going on?
I'll happily assign them there. I'm not going to throw them anywhere.
Well, yes, ma'am.
I'll put them in 1.
I appreciate it.
Miss Collins might throw me back,
Judge, I don't know if you're aware that you have a video that went viral on TikTok.
Oh, God. No, I haven't seen it. I've seen some old stuff. I haven't seen something recent.
It's old. It's old. It's the case with the client at the library.
Okay.
The self-represented client.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Isn't it funny how it comes up later?
Viral in a good way or in a bad way?
In a good way.
Well, I mean, in my opinion, going viral
is always bad.
Is not good in any capacity, but anyway.
Never. I'm not I know you're not a social media person at all. So
no. So I have no access to look at it, but gee.
Well, you have the patience of a saint. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Well, some days, not every day. Some days better than others.
I think that's all of us.
So we've got spring break coming up. So
Rachel, when is spring break? So I can mark that on my calendar.
It's the 10th through the 14th.
Okay. I don't have kiddos, so I was wondering about that. My apologies.
So we've got that coming up. I don't know what Daniel's and Stacy's schedule is going to be for spring break.
Can we do it right after that?
We could possibly do it on the 18th. It depends on how long it's going to take because you already have a pretty full docket, and then you've got afternoon. Oh no, we could do the afternoon of the 18th. We just had some hearings be reset.
Okay, let me get you in the loop. We're going to call and recess because they're going to sign relinquishments.
Okay,
so it'll be short.
Okay,
if that makes a difference.
Yeah, so we could do the 18th in the morning if it's going to be short.
I'm available.
Sounds great to me.
Daniel, is it going to be short?
That is
No,
my
I mean,
hope.
we don't have any other, if we get a relinquishment, we've got it on both parents. We don't have any unknowns or anybody else, so. shouldn't
Yes,
take-
ma'am. Shouldn't take very long.
Okay. 18 on a 9 o'clock docket.
Judge, I'm sorry, I misspoke. My secretary just reminded me that we have Atkins jury trial that week in Moore County.
Okay.
Depending on the time, I mean, I'm sure that Judge Board would let me just step out for a minute to take care of it. He's very accommodating with stuff like that.
Well, you got a jury. That's so
Yeah.
unpredictable.
It is. It is. I could get a substitute if I need to prove up a relinquishment. I'm sure Miss Mullinax would help me or someone.
Why don't you see if you can get somebody to cover it? But
okay.
But Miss Katie, what did you say we could? I mean, that afternoon doesn't help you.
No, I mean, if you want, we could set it on the 20th instead. That way she'll know for sure how long this jury trial is going to take. And that'll give her more time to see if she needs a sub.
The jury trial is the 18th through the 21st, it appears.
Okay.
So we could set it for the 18th. I could ask Miss Mullinax to step in to prove up the relinquishment. If she can't, I can always ask for a reset.
Quick question. If we set it like at 12:30?
Yeah, that would work because the jury will be at lunch at that time of day.
Probably so. And I hate to interrupt everybody else's lunch hour, but is that feasible?
That's fine.
Doesn't bother me.
Doesn't bother me, Judge.
Okay.
Let's just set
Thank
it
y'all
at
so much.
12:30 that day, and then for some reason you guys are running a little over. You can just shoot a message to somebody and let us know. But
Okay.
maybe we can knock it out then.
All right. I'll get a backup plan with Miss Mullinax as well. That way we're sure that it'll go that day for the purpose of your docket.
All right. So 4/18, 12:30, right?
3/18.
3/18. Yeah. I'm really wanting it to be spring. Okay. All right, then at this time, I will call cause number 986. We're here today set for our final in this case. We are conducting it through Zoom under a finding of good cause and agreement of the parties. We are live streaming and Ms. Galvan is making our record. All right, then we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Daniel Trial for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. I'm present ready, Your Honor.
Stacy Grant on behalf of the mother, I'm present ready, Your Honor. I don't expect my client to appear, Judge, as the jail had a conflict with some other criminal matters that took priority on the Zoom list.
Jeff Hill on behalf of Salah Omar, the father. He's in jail, Judge, and I'm obviously not expecting him to be here. We didn't have any plans for him to appear. Ready.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of Aaliyah.
All right, great. All right, Mr. Trout, I know we kind of have a plan here. So both parents have indicated their willingness to sign relinquishments. So Ms. Grant and Mr. Hill need to just get out there to get that done. So we have agreed to do that. I know there's some testimony we can take today.
Yes, ma'am.
And then we'll reset for March 18th at 12:30. All right, sir, you can call your first witness.
Call Katie Larson, Your Honor. And how are you familiar with that case?
I was the investigator on the case.
And were you informed of who the parents were in that case?
Yes.
Okay. And can you tell me their names?
Ayan Abukar and Salah Omar.
And during your investigation, were you able to make contact with the parents?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this point, depending on what we're doing, I'd like to stop testimony with Ms. Larson and then call Ms. Campos real quick.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. Ms. Campos, if you'll raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you'll give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you may proceed.
Ms. Campos, would you state your name for the record, please?
Jennifer Campos.
And Ms. Campos, how are you employed?
I'm a permanency specialist with St. Francis Ministries.
And are you familiar with the case we're here on the Salim child?
Yes, sir.
And how are you familiar with that case?
I'm the permanency specialist that has been assigned to the case.
Recently, was there paternity testing done on the father, Omar Shalah?
Yes, sir.
Shalah. And did the results for that paternity testing come back?
Yes, sir.
And was he found to be the father or not in that case?
He was found to be the father.
And were those results filed with the court?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you receive the exhibits I sent out?
Yes, sir, I did.
Can you look at exhibit number 17?
Yes, sir.
And can you tell me what that is?
That is the DNA test report between Sala and Aaliyah.
Okay. And is that the report that you received and was filed into the case?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I'd ask to admit exhibit number 17 is the DNA test results for the paternity testing that was done.
Any objection?
No objection?
No objection.
And Judge, in light of the way we're fixing to change this final, I would just ask to mark that exhibit number 1.
All right, council, instead of 17, that's going to be 1. All right, then department's exhibit 1 will be admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Cabos, at the conclusion of this case, are you requesting that the court adjudicate Omar as the father?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Your Honor, do you want me to go any further today?
No, it's probably sufficient.
Okay.
So, all right then, I appreciate it. I'll see everybody back when we resume March 18th, 12:30. And I appreciate y'all's efforts to get out there and get this all handled. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
I appreciate it. And I guess I'll see some of you back at 1:30.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right.
I believe that was my last one, Judge, so I'll see you on the next docket.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Judge, we have not been able to make contact with my client. Just if she pops into the waiting room, I don't think we even have any, we've been given numbers, but none of them are working.
Okay. All right, Mr. Nowak, we don't have him connected to audio yet.
I know I talked to him earlier, and I talked to a sergeant there, and they said they were set to go. I guess I can call them, but I'm not sure what to say. Hey, he's not connected to audio.
Yeah, you can try him because and nobody's turned video on yet either, obviously, but he's connected, but.
Let me see if I can't reach someone, Judge.
Okay.
Judge, they tell me they're going to go check and see what's going on. But then they hung up on me as well. So I'm not sure what that means. The second part is normal in my life.
Yeah, I was going to say nothing unusual there.
But the deputy is going in to check to see what we can do.
Okay. Where is he?
Brownwood,
Brownwood.
In the Brown County Jail.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Mr. Nowak, I suspect they're just trying to completely re-log in again because he just fell off.
Gotcha. I'm ready to move forward.
We'll watch for him. We can go ahead and get the case called and all that.
Thank you, Judge.
Sure. We're here today, reset for our adversary hearing, which was originally set for February 11th. And there was some issues, I think, about notice and service. And Mr. Havens was incarcerated in the Brown County Jail, so we had sent his attorney request paperwork to him there. At that time, the mother had not been located, so we had not been able to talk with her. Anyway, we are here today reset on this adversary. I'm ready to proceed. We are conducting this through Zoom. We're live streaming and Ms. Galvan's making our record. Okay, we'll go ahead and take announcements. Mr. Nowak, I think, is still on the phone with the jail. We're having a connection problem with.
Judge, I'm actually on the phone with him right now, and we need the ID number for the meeting.
Oh, Miss Katie, do you have that?
Yes, Judge, I sent it to Mr. Nowak earlier today. Is it easy for me to just say it?
You know what? Let me switch over, Rachel. Let me just switch over because I know you sent it to me earlier.
Well, I can say it if it's faster. It's not a big deal, or I can put it in the chat.
Rachel, if you just say it, that would be wonderful.
Okay, let's see. It is.
Rachel, thank you, and thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so before we take announcements, let's let him finish his conversation.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, well, just Judge, they say it's loading. So we'll keep an eye out for Mr. Havens, ma'am. Is it working? Judge, it looks like it's buffering on their end. If we can't get him on screen, I'm going to leave my phone open and I'll just put him on speakerphone. So I mean,
that's fine.
Okay. Judge, that was a deputy on her cell, and they're going to bring him up to booking and call me from the Brown County jail number. And they told me it'll take less than 2 minutes to get him there.
Sure, no problem. Why don't we go ahead and take announcements in the case, and then we'll be ready.
You ready, Judge? Daniel Trial for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. We're present, ready, Your Honor.
Brooks Barfield for the mom, Catherine Havens. I am present and ready. Again, now that we're on the record, my office has attempted multiple times to make contact. Our messages have all been responded with by undeliverable messages. So, but I'm ready to proceed because I do believe this has been reset from its pending service.
Vince Nowak on behalf of Stephen Havens. And Judge, I have him on the phone right now, and what I intend to do is speakerphone it. But with your indulgence, if I could have 30 seconds to visit with him, and then I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you, Judge.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of Avery.
All right, we'll give him just a couple minutes.
Thank you so much for that indulgence, Judge. I've got Mr. Havens on my cell, and he can basically hear everything, and I hope y'all can hear him. But after visiting with him, and if this helps with Daniel and speeding things along, even though he's the non-offending parent here, he's willing to work whatever services the court deems necessary to protect Avery.
All right, thank you, Mr. Novak. All right, and Mr. Barfield, obviously, since you've had no contact with your client, you're not in a position to agree to anything, I understand, so.
Correct.
All right then, Mr. Trout, you can call your first witness.
Call Amy Bailey, Your Honor.
Okay, and I'm just going to ask everybody to keep your voices up, just since we do have the party on telephone. Mr. Novak, signal us if you're having trouble.
Thank you, Your Honor. And Your Honor, before I start questioning, just to let the court know, we have issued citation for Mama, for the mother in this case. We have not been able to find her to get her served either. She did do the paperwork, of course, to request an attorney. So she is aware of the case and has done some paperwork with us, but we have not found her to get her served with the citation yet.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and proceed because we're getting ready to have a problem with deadlines. So obviously she knows about the case. She applied for a court-appointed attorney, Mr. Barfield, who has been present on both of these settings. And so we're going to go ahead and push forward.
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Bailey, would you state your name for the record, please?
Amy Bailey.
And Ms. Bailey, how are you employed?
I'm an investigator with Child Protective Services.
And are you familiar with the case involving the child
Yes, I am.
And how are you familiar with that case?
I was the investigator assigned to the case.
How did the department become involved in a case with this child?
I received an intake on December 31st, alleging neglectful supervision of Avery due to concerns of Catherine Havens using drugs and having no running water in her home.
When you received this case, what was your first steps?
I contacted the reporter, spoke to the reporter, and then I tried to contact Miss Havens. I was unable to make contact with her, but had information that Avery was with her paternal grandparents. And so I made contact with them and was able to see Avery at their home.
Okay. And just for the record, who did the report state was the mother and father of the child?
Mother is Catherine Havens and father is Stephen Tyler Havens.
Okay. You made contact with the child at grandparents' house, is that correct?
Yes.
And did you notice anything about the child? What did you observe?
She was very quiet. She did not want to answer questions. She, even with her grandmother sitting there encouraging her to talk to me, she still would not interact with me.
So during your conversation with the child, there were no outcries or anything made at the internet?
No.
Okay. When were you able to get in contact with the mother?
It was a couple of days later. She had been arrested and I was able to make contact with her in the jail.
And do you know what she was in jail for?
I believe it was a warrant.
Okay. You don't know what the underlying charge was?
I believe it was something to do with traffic tickets, unpaid traffic tickets.
Okay. And what jail, what county was she in?
At that time, she was in Randall County.
Okay. Did you go over the paperwork with mother, discuss the reason for the investigation?
Yes.
Okay. And what was your conversation with mother like at that time?
She agreed to interview with me. She reported that she did not have running water in the home due to not being able to pay the bill, as well as a water leak. She said that due to the water leak, that's what caused the large water bill and she was unable to pay it. She denied any drug use, any alcohol use. She explained that she was receiving treatments at the methadone clinic every day, except for Sundays, and agreed to contact me when she was released from jail.
Okay. Did mother state did she have any major health issues that she's dealing with?
Yes, she said that she has end-stage heart failure and that she is on the list for a heart transplant.
Okay. Did she also have kidney issues, kidney failure?
Yes. Yes.
Is she being treated for those?
She did not elaborate whether or not she's receiving treatment, just that she is taking prescription medication for those, as well as her treatments at the methadone clinic.
Okay. And you stated that she stated she had no drug use, correct?
Correct.
Did she explain to you why she's going to a methadone clinic?
Her previous drug use, but nothing currently.
Okay. Did she tell you how long their apartment had been out of water or their house had been without running water?
She said it had only been a few days.
Okay. Did mother discuss the father to you?
Yes.
Okay. And you stated that his name is Stephen Havens?
Yes.
Okay. And where is he currently?
Brown County Jail.
Okay. And you were, Mr. Nomak had mentioned a while ago that they're in agreement to work services, so we won't talk much about dad, but did you have a conversation with dad about the situation?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And what was dad's statements to you as far as what he wanted for his daughter?
He is concerned with Avery because he's not able to be here to know exactly what's going on. So he said all he could go off of is what he is hearing. And And so he was concerned about Avery, and he said that if something were to happen, that he would like Avery placed with his parents.
Did he discuss knowing about mom's medical issues?
Yes,
Okay. And did he have concerns and worries about that?
yes.
And moving forward just a little bit, where is the child placed right now?
Avery is placed with her paternal grandparents.
Okay, so she is with family.
Yes,
And is she doing okay?
yes,
Placement meeting all of her needs at this time?
yes.
So moving back to mom, after mom got out of jail, did she contact you?
No.
Okay. When was your next contact with mother?
Let me look. I was scheduled to meet with her on January 7th. She had canceled that. When I finally met with her at her home.
Let me just ask you a question on this. So you said you were supposed to meet with her on January 7th and mom had canceled. Did she state why she canceled?
That day, she said that that she was wanted to cancel, stating that Avery was feeling stressed after being kidnapped by her grandparents.
And did mom state what she meant by that?
She said that Avery was being very clingy to her, would not leave her side, was very emotional.
What did she mean about being kidnapped by her grandparents? What was mom referring to?
Miss Havens had given permission to the paternal grandparents to have Avery for a weekend and take her to Dallas to see her cousins. They returned to Amarillo. There was not an agreed time as to when they would return her home. And my understanding is that Renee Havens had spoke with Catherine Havens and explained that they would bring Avery home shortly, but had asked if they could keep her, stating, we can keep her, we can feed her dinner, give her a bath, and we can take her to school in the morning. And Catherine Havens said no, that she wanted her home. And I guess before Mr. and Mrs. Havens were able to get Avery home, Catherine Havens had called the police and tried to make a report of kidnapping.
Had you discussed drug screening with mom?
Yes.
Okay. And around January 7th, was mom supposed to go drug screen for you?
Yes.
Okay. When was she supposed to go?
I asked her to go that day. She asked if she could go the following day due to Avery being stressed.
Okay. And then when was your next contact with mom after that?
I spoke to her through text messages on the 8th, January 8th. She asked if we could delay a meeting due to the weather and that she needed to make a police report due to her in-laws refusing to bring Avery back.
Okay. And around January 8th or 9th, if I recall, that was when we got a kind of big snowstorm here in Amarillo. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So there was weather issues that day?
Yes.
Okay. Did mom go drug screen for you then?
No, but she did go on January 13th.
Okay. And did you provide transportation for mom?
Yes.
Okay. And then after that, what were your conversations with mom?
The following day when I contacted Care Express, they said that she had submitted to the UA, but not to a hair strand. So I contacted Mrs. Havens and asked her why she was not able to complete the hair strand. She explained that she had to leave to get Avery picked up from school and that she would go back on the 14th and complete the hair strand.
Okay. Did mom do that?
No.
Okay. Is there an issue during your investigation? Did you find out, is there any issues with Avery and attending school?
Yes. Avery has missed over 60 days of school. I believe 20 something of those were tardies, but she was not consistently attending school.
And were you able to discuss this with the mother and find out why she was missing so much school?
Ms. Havens stated that it was due to the lack of transportation.
Does mom have a car, any type of transportation that you know of?
Not at this time, she does not.
Okay. Throughout the year leading up to this, did mom have transportation?
Yes.
Okay. So did she state where the transportation issue was coming from, if she had transportation prior?
She did not.
And then you said mom did drug screen for you.
Yes.
Were those results concerning?
Yes.
And mom had mentioned that she had been going to the methadone clinic, correct?
Correct.
Did that show up on the screen?
Yes.
What else showed up on the screen?
She was positive for heroin.
Okay. Did you discuss these drug screens with mother? Did you hear me?
I'm sorry, you cut out.
Oh, sorry. Were you able to discuss the drug screens with the mother?
I attempted to. I went to her home to talk to her about it. She would not allow me into the home, stating that she didn't feel well that day. I asked her if we could set up a meeting. She said that she would come to my office, and I told her we could provide transportation. She ended up canceling. She did not want to come to the meeting that day. I talked to her about having a family team meeting. She agreed to that. And then the day of the meeting, she called and said no, that she did not want to agree to a family team meeting, that she wanted to contact her attorney first.
When you did have a conversation with mom about the results, did mom tell you multiple medications that she was taking? Did she give you a list of her medicines?
Yes.
And did you look into those?
Yes.
Okay. And to your knowledge, do any of those medications, would they cause a positive for heroin?
No.
So when was your next face-to-face meeting with mom?
The next one was on, I believe, January 30th.
Okay.
Sorry, January 29th.
Okay. And in this time, due to the concerns with the child, the school, the positive drug screens with mom, did you feel it was necessary to ask for a removal of the child?
Yes,
And was that granted?
it was.
Okay. And where was child placed at that time?
With her paternal grandparents.
And just kind of tell me the steps you went through. I know we kind of walked through it just then, but the steps and what you tried to do to prevent removing and to work with mother to prevent the removal.
I tried to talk to mom about her positive drug screen. I offered a family team meeting so that we could come up with an alternate solution. And she would not cooperate with any of those.
Okay. Did you try to discuss any safety plans with her?
Yes.
Okay. And would she give any family members or anybody that she would want to be a safety supervisor or monitor for her?
No.
Okay. Did she not, at that time, did she not want paternal grandmother and them involved?
Correct.
After the removal and the child was placed at paternal grandparents' house, how has the child been?
She's been good.
Did you have any other conversations with mom after the removal?
I did. I met with her the day after removal, and she completed paperwork. And I had asked her before we left the home with Avery where she would like Avery placed, and she said with her paternal grandparents.
Where were you able to meet with mom after removal?
Potter County Jail.
Okay. And what was mom in jail for at this point?
I believe it was on a warrant for driving without a license.
Okay. What was mom's, I know she was in jail at that time. But was mom in the process of being evicted from her apartments?
Yes,
Did you discuss that with mom?
yes. She said that she was getting it worked out to where she would have a little more time. And if it wasn't worked out, that she would get a hotel room for her and Avery.
When was your last conversation with mom?
The day that she was in jail, January 30th.
Have you been able to find her since?
I have not.
Do you know of where her possible locations are?
I don't.
Have you discussed with paternal grandparents to see if they have heard from her?
Yes, I have.
And have they been able to provide any information to you about mom's whereabouts?
No.
At one point, I believe you spoke to maternal grandparent, correct?
Yes,
Have you been in contact with them to see if they know where mom is?
I have not.
But it has been almost a month now since you have had any contact with mom.
Yes,
Okay. And the child is doing well.
yes,
And dad, for his reasons, dad is incarcerated at this time, correct? And cannot take care of the child.
yes, sir.
And so you believe that the removal, based upon all your testimony that you've given, the removal of the child was in the best interest of that child.
Yes,
And the child is doing well where she is placed with family.
yes, sir.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Barfield.
Your Honor, I believe Mr. Trout asked all the questions that I was going to ask, so I'll just pass the witness.
All right, and Mr. Novak.
Thank you, Judge. And Amy, it's always good to see you. And just briefly, it sounds like Avery's removal was necessitated due to two things, truancy and mom's drug use. Does that sound about right?
Yes,
Okay. In other words, for whatever reason, dad's in jail right now. You understand that, correct?
correct.
Dad didn't actively do anything to cause the removal of his daughter in this particular case, correct?
No,
You're agreeing with me, correct?
correct.
Thank you so much, Amy. Judge, I'll pass the witness.
Okay, Ms. Zavala.
So Avery getting to stay with her grandparents, does that mean that she still gets to go to the same school she was going to before?
Yes,
And is she getting there? Is she attending school now?
yes,
And when you've seen her with grandparents, does she appear to be comfortable and at ease with them?
yes,
Are they doing everything they can medically? Any kind of needs she has, they're taken care of?
yes, ma'am.
I pass the witness.
Judge, I think I might have passed the witness a little bit fast. If I could have just one or two more questions.
Yeah.
And Amy, you might not be the person for this question, but maybe you are. Stephen Havens, the dad, tells me that he had been having phone visits and some video visits with Avery. Do you have any knowledge of that?
From what I understand in speaking to Mr. and Mrs. Havens, his parents, they have, I guess, some kind of app that they're able to communicate with him through, and that he was able to see Avery and Catherine Havens through some of those video chats or whatever it is on the app through the jail.
And again, Amy, you might not be the person, and this might not even be a request a judge would entertain. However, given the fact that he's in jail right now, I mean, would you have any objection to him having weekly phone visits with Avery supervised by his mom and dad?
No,
Okay. How about a video chat if he's in an appropriate setting?
I don't have an issue with that, but I believe that would be up to St. Francis.
Amy, thank you so much. And Judge, thank you for letting me ask those two additional questions.
No problem. Anybody else have any other questions for Ms. Bailey?
No, at this time, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, then, Mr. Trout, do you have any additional witnesses to call?
Yes, ma'am. Your Honor, I'd call Renee Havens, paternal grandmother.
All right, Ms. Havens, if you will, please, ma'am, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you will give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. And in advance, thank you for taking care of the good care of the child.
Oh, you're very welcome.
All right.
Ms. Havens, thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Havens, would you state your name for the record, please?
Renee Havens.
Ms. Havens, you are paternal grandmother to Avery, correct?
Yes, I am. Yes.
And you are currently placement for the child?
Yes.
And child doing well?
She is doing very well.
And you have her attending school regularly?
Yes, sir.
And she's made any doctor's visits or anything that she needs?
Yes, she's had her 3-day, her 30-day, and a dental visit so far that they've required.
Any issues that they need to check out or look at, or she seemed to be healthy?
They did some tests like for STDs and different tests on her urine, but everything came back negative. They also did a hair follicle test, but it came back negative as well.
Okay. So child is doing well.
Yes, she is. She's adapting very well. She's very, very comfortable with us.
Thank you, ma'am. Have you been able to have any contact with mom, or when was the last time you heard from her?
I have not had any contact with her. We were furnishing phones, a phone to her, but I have since then canceled the service.
Okay. And I believe last time we talked about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
You had the phone, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And I've since then canceled it.
Okay. And at one point, mom was using a car of y'all's, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And y'all have that car back, correct?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Do you have any idea where mom may be staying or where she may be?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Okay.
I haven't heard from her or text message or anything. So.
And she hasn't stopped by or tried to come by to see if she can see the child?
No. I kind of keep an eye out, when we're out front, but I have not seen her.
Okay. And you understand since you're a placement, you are willing to abide by all rules that the court lays out, correct?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand that there's possibly, with your son being in jail, a lot of times the department doesn't facilitate visitations between parents and child when the parent's incarcerated?
Yes, I do.
And so going forward, it may be that we ask that there be no visitations due to the incarceration.
Okay, I understand.
Okay, and you're willing to abide by that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I'm not saying the court will rule that way, but that would probably be a request that we would have.
Right. Okay, yeah, no problem.
Okay. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Barfield.
Again, I don't have any questions, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Novak.
Renee, good afternoon. I represent your son, Stephen. It's good to see you.
Yes, thank you.
Kind of face to face as close as we get in 2025 anymore.
It's true.
So have you monitored phone calls and video visits between Avery and Stephen?
The only time we've had probably 3 visits. It's more like a FaceTime with my son. And we haven't had any really since Avery's been placed with us. They're really hard to communicate. It's loud and the video goes in and out. And then her attention span, she doesn't last long anyway. So it's really short with her.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. And I guess my ultimate question was going to be, are these visits beneficial to Avery or not?
Oh, yes. She loves seeing her dad.
Okay.
And talking to him.
If the court were to allow some sort of, whether it's by phone or by video, whatever the court orders, you would abide by the court's rules, correct?
Yes, sir, I will.
Renee, thank you so much. Judge, I pass the witness.
Ms. Zavala?
Your Honor, I have no questions for Ms. Havens.
All right, very good. Okay, then, Mr. Trout, any further questions for her?
None for her, Your Honor. I'd ask real quick, I forgot to ask Ms. Bailey a couple of questions if I could recall her real quick.
All right, let me find out. Anybody else have any questions for Ms. Havens?
No.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, then you can recall Ms. Bailey.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Bailey, real quick, are you today asking the court to award temporary managing conservatorship of the department?
Yes.
And are you asking for placement to continue?
Yes.
And do you believe that's in the best interest of the child?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, so fairness, anybody else need to ask Ms. Bailey anything else? Okay. Very good. All right, Mr. Trout, any further witnesses today?
No further witnesses, Your Honor. Department address.
All right. All right, Mr. Barfield, anything to present?
No, Your Honor, I just need a client. If we could find her, that'd be wonderful. It just keeps me quiet when I don't have one. So hopefully, I would only ask that everybody on here, if we do get some contact information, to please, please, please forward it to me so I can try to help.
All right. Anybody learns anything new, please pass it along.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then, I am going to find that the evidence is sufficient to name the Department of Family and Protective Services as a temporary managing conservator. I would find that there would be a continuing and ongoing danger to return the child home to the mother, and it's obviously impossible to return the child home to the father at this point in time. I will continue child's placement with paternal grandparents, and
Judge, I hate to interrupt you in the middle of your ruling, but you didn't call me for witnesses.
oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's all good. I don't have any. I'm not going to call Stephen, but I will represent to the court and everyone else assembled here that he would very much like to continue whatever visits you would approve of, Judge. And that's all I have. And I apologize for interrupting.
No, I'm glad you did, and I'm sorry because I just stepped on Mrs. Wallace's toes too. So I apologize. It's Mr. Trout's fault. He got me confused when he called Miss Bailey again.
Well, he's got so many
No.
fans now that
That's fair.
I'm going to blame everything on Daniel from here on out.
All my fault. My fault. All right, Miss Zavala, before I proceed, anything to present?
I have no witnesses, Your Honor.
All right, you do have a recommendation today?
I do. I got to meet with Avery in grandparents' home. She's very shy, but she's obviously very comfortable in that home. She's very comfortable with her grandparents. She's being fed well. She makes a really great couch fort. I feel really good about this placement. And I do believe it's in her best interest to remain in the temporary managing conservatorship of the department.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, everybody rest and close.
Rest and close.
Rest and close.
Rest and close, Judge. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so for continuity, I still find the evidence is sufficient to name the Department of Family and Protective Services as temporary managing conservator of the child. I'll find that there's a continuing danger to return the child home to the mother and impossible to return the child to the father as he's incarcerated. We obviously will expect parents to work some services. We'll talk more about that at our next hearing, at the status hearing. Please, everybody, if there is any leading information on talking with mom, please do pass that along to Mr. Barfield. With respect to Mr. Haven's request for continued visits, he is a non-offending parent as far as this situation goes. The child has had that. I really hesitate to take that away from the child. Ms. Zavala, you didn't specifically weigh in on that. Do you have any real problem with that?
Your Honor, I don't. The way these, and we had a long visit about this subject, the way these FaceTime visits are, I don't think it's like readily apparent that it's in a jail setting. I don't think that would be traumatizing to Avery. It does sound like they had been happening decently regularly and that they are important to Avery. I did talk with the grandparents about, not making promises about when dad's going to be out or things like that, and making sure that the subject matter of the conversations is okay. I really have no objection to those continuing under those circumstances. We also discussed what would happen when he gets out and that contact needs to be approved by the court in St. Francis. And I believe they very much understand that.
Yeah. So I don't have any issue with it. I don't know what we can actually accommodate with the jail and, how often were these occurring?
I think it was whenever they could use the app to communicate during regular visit kind of times.
Okay. So was it as much as once a week? Ms. Havens is saying no, so, so because I don't know how it looks like if the department's gonna monitor.
Well, and that's one of the concerns, Your Honor. I mean, I understand the concern of if she's having the visits and they're going good far and cutting them off, that can be traumatizing to the child to a point. You know, we do have concerns as far as the monitoring. I mean, I think right now, and I just found out about these today during this hearing. I did not know this had been happening. So I don't know if the permanency specialist for St. Francis was aware that these have been going on also, but if they are okay with grandparents supervising, I don't see a problem with it, but it's not common for us to allow visits with an incarcerated parent, just because of what goes on in a jail. And I don't know which app they are using, videos that I have seen in working criminal cases before, the ones that I have seen through the video chats, you can see that it is other people behind you in a pod. I don't know if this jail is set up that same kind of way, so I have no idea to know what the monitoring situation would look like there.
Much smaller facility to begin with. So Miss
Yeah.
Salinas is really wanting to address something. Let me call on her first.
Your Honor, I was aware of these and I did staff that with my supervisor along with, and she did notify me that it's the same as Mr. Trout said. We really don't ever monitor or supervise visits with incarcerated parents, whether non-offending or offending, just because of that situation that Mr. Trout was stating.
Yeah.
And so she had advised me to advise Ms. Havens to go ahead and stop those for now until we figure out how we'd be able to do that, supervising and stuff, because we normally don't, just like Mr. Trout had stated.
Let me ask Ms. Havens, is it, when you've done these,
Yes.
what can you, well, number one, I mean, she's 6, but
Right.
does she know that her dad's in jail?
Yes, she does.
Okay. What's the background? What does it look like? What's
The background? It's just like a white wall, and there's no bars or anything, and there's no other people or inmates around. I mean, you can hear them. And the video of him cuts in and out, so we're usually just talking to a blank screen. But we can see him from time to time. He can see us all the time. I guess it's the connection. I don't really know.
same problem we've had today, maybe?
Yes, absolutely. I wasn't surprised about today.
And Judge, he does these from his pod, and he gets back to where, yeah, it's just the white wall behind him,
Yes.
to where you can't. And maybe it's better just to go straight phone. Maybe the phone connection would be better if the video is cutting in and out.
I'm gonna allow it either way, but I'm just gonna tell Ms. Havens, I'm gonna allow you all to supervise that visit.
Thank you.
You seem to be very protective of the child.
Yes.
But just kind of a few parameters.
Okay.
And Judge, I will throw some input here. And I don't think I have anything to worry about, but I would ask the court to just make sure that there's not any disparaging comments
That's
regarding
where I'm headed.
All right.
That's where I'm headed. Yeah. It's an opportunity for the child to visit with her dad, talk about school, talk about who she played with that week, what she's getting ready to do, whose birthday party she's going to, what kind of presents she's getting, normal kind of stuff.
Right.
It is not a time to discuss this case. It is not a time to talk about everybody's differences with the mother or what, the mother may have or may have not done in this case.
Right.
I mean, you seem like a very reasonable, rational person to me. And that kind of stuff does nothing but hurt the child.
Oh, yes. I'm very aware of that. And we never do. When Avery's around, we never discuss her mom.
Okay. It's okay to talk about mom as long as it's not in any kind of derogatory manner. I mean, but it's probably, since she's a little on the AWOL.
Yeah.
Kind of list right now, it is probably best to avoid discussion about her just because, you know, even 6-year-olds sometimes worry about their parents.
Yeah, and she does.
I've had kids tell me that when parents are absent, you know, they worry about them and wonder if they're safe and you know if they've got a warm bed to sleep in. And so, you know, to the extent that we can avoid those discussions with the child, I think it's best.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm gonna allow it. Do be aware, if you're not, most jail calls are recorded.
Oh, yes, ma'am. We know.
So, you know, if the department wants to go down and they want to take a look at those, they have the right to get those. And so I just, you know, forewarning you, it probably says something to you about that when you call in, but
yes, it does.
Okay.
Your Honor, if I may make a request, since we are going to allow these on this, if it's possible for at least the first couple, if Miss Havens can let us know kind of times of when they do it, and maybe Miss Salinas, our support worker, can maybe observe the first couple just to
I'm
see
fine with that.
what they
Sure.
are. But just to kind of keep everything on the up and up. Not that we don't trust Miss Havens, but just so we know what's going on.
Yes, absolutely.
Really and truly, Ms. Havens, the more important aspect of that is not policing you, it's to see how the child is doing with the dad.
Yes.
So I'll allow them to participate, you know, if they can, and they can set it up for the time and they could be a party to it somehow.
Okay.
You know, that's fine. And you know, as we move forward in the case, you know, and maybe he's released, you know, I don't, you know, I don't know what he's, you know, ahead of him, but it's just important for everybody to have a feel about their relationship and how all that is. So that's fine.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm, like I said, I'm trusting that Ms. Havens is going to be very appropriate about all this. So, you know, and Ms. Havens, I'll just tell you what I tell a lot of grandparents. This isn't, I'm not targeting you, but you know, when we place kids with grandparents or other family members, I just tell them, you know, you're bound to the rules too. And if you break the rules, then we all know what happens. And that means child gets moved somewhere else. And I hate that. I just hate
yeah, we are very aware of that. Promise.
Okay. All right. Well, then anybody else have any other questions?
No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay, then I will see everybody back for the status hearing on March 25th of 2025. That'll be on a 9:00 docket.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm gonna modify a few things about this visitation and in my notes, and everybody else is free to go. Thank you all so much.
Judge, thank you so much. You have a great day.
All right, appreciate it.
In Your Honor, on any of those modifications on the notes, if you'll put them in a docket entry, I'll make sure that I put them in my order, right?
Yeah, I just needed to change up a couple of things here, so it'll be out in my docket here in just a couple minutes.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thanks, y'all.
Thank y'all.
Good rest of your afternoon.
Y'all too.